Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I want to remind everybody, iTrustCapital, who is my sponsor, if you have an IRA there, you've got 2 more days left to make any contributions, like to a Roth IRA. You've got 2 days left to make any contributions that you're going to make for 2024. This is the kind of stuff I'm thinking about myself. I have a link in the description of this video. And if you don't know, iTrustCapital.com is the place for you to go if you want to have a crypto IRA, and they're the largest in the world. I have a link in the description of this video. I think they have a code where you can get like $100 when you open an account. But you can also go, and if you've already got one, you've got to make your contributions for the end of the year in the next 2 days. So go check it out. Links in the description. They're one of my longtime sponsors. Okay, the markets are pulling back. Everybody's getting scared. On days like today, having been here since 2013, I like to give perspective on days today. Like today, XRP is $2. Folks, this is normal stuff. Part of the reason it's normal stuff is that people always do their tax selling here at the end of the year. It provides a tremendous opportunity for those that aren't letting their emotions guide them, but are instead looking at things with clear eyes. So I've told you before, the way I always approach these pullbacks like this is, the way I look at it is if I don't have money to buy the dips, like readily available, like I told you, I'm paying off credit card Christmas bills right now, so I don't know if I'll be able to, but if I'm not able to buy the dips, I just don't look at the stuff while all this is going on. I just ignore it, and then I hope that when I am back ready to buy dips that it's still down some. That's kind of how I approach this stuff. But look at this for perspective. XRP is sitting here at $2. I just want to just one factor, okay? Remember where the price was. Look right here. The price of XRP on 12/3 of 2020 was 63 cents. The price of XRP on 1/2 was 22 cents after the lawsuit was dropped on Ripple. Okay? And here we are 4 years later, and all of the skies ahead are blue. All we have in front of us is some type of resolution of the case. You might see a partial settlement, you might, and then a part of it that Ripple wants, that they lost on, that they want to win. They could appeal that to the Supreme Court. But what's important is that for the first time since the existence of all of this, we have a 1,000% pro-crypto agenda coming in. It's never happened. So these short-term things, even though they're painful to watch, you have to keep perspective on days like today. Here's some perspective.
This onslaught at lower prices, I'm pledging today that in my second term, we will eliminate a minimum of 10 old regulations for every 1 new regulation. We'll be able to do that quite easily, actually. And instead of attacking industries of the future, we will embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
That's what's ahead of you. And then here's his son, Eric Trump, talking
just
about
about every bank under the sun. It's the future. I mean, why do I have to go all over, Abu Dhabi to try and find an ATM if I want to pull out $100? By the time you pull out the money, you lose 30% on it based on currency exchange rates plus fees for the ATM. When, you can literally pop open your wallet, you can send a link, it takes you 2 seconds to do, and you don't have all those problems. You don't have all those structural problems. And so there's no question to me that times 100, right? Blockchain, there's nothing that can be done in banking that can't be done more efficiently. using blockchain, and blockchain's changing the world, whether or not people like it or not. And there's a lot of people that see it, the people who are here at this conference. There's a lot of people who don't. The people who don't see it are the people who are going to get left behind.
The digital asset investor is not going to be left behind. Now listen to this.
If Trump actually creates a White House position or a new cabinet member, and even if he can, how is that not extremely bullish for the crypto space from here forward? And again, who knows whether or not that happens or not, but the point is you had an anti-crypto stance and a government that was trying to sue and litigate, suppress, destroy an asset class and an entire sector, including individuals, corporations, companies, investors. And now you have an administration that is going to help that group and wants them to become more strong, more transparent, and more wealthy.
That's what I'm looking at when we're going through days like today. Then you've got this. This is Galaxy Research. They're saying they expect Bitcoin to reach 185,000. If we know anything about Mike Novogratz, we know that all of him and his VC buddies, they don't just say things that they think are going to happen. They say things that they know that they and their Wall Street buddies are going to make happen. So remember that. Then you've got this. This is history of Ethereum. We showed Bitcoin yesterday. This is the history of Ethereum quarterly returns for in Q1 of Q2 of all these years. Look how much green that you see in Q1 and Q2. A lot more green than you see red. That's what we're heading into. Here's an interesting video about Ripple.
Mary, you're here. From Interchain Foundation point of view, Ripple is huge. We all know that. So, what's your perspective on that? What the foundation and Interchain ecosystem will gain from this big step?
One of the most exciting things about Ripple, the organization, and then also the Ripple community joining the Interchain, is quite simply Ripple has, I believe, one of the strongest brands in crypto and has an extremely passionate group of followers, the XRP army. And it's very exciting to me personally for those individuals to finally have a way to interact with DeFi, to interact with the broader ecosystem of applications that are out there. And we're very excited that that you all have chosen the Interchain as your first, as one of your first forays into that. And I think it'll be a lot of fun, honestly, to see the two communities mix. I mean, we both have very distinct cultures. However, what we both have is a lot of passion and a lot of excitement about the future and the possibilities of blockchain and Web3. So from an Interchain Foundation perspective, we're really, really excited to be welcoming you and your community to the Interchain.
Thank you.
Okay. I thought this was funny because this was an article written about Ripple in partnership with 80% of Chinese banks. I'm not really showing it because of that. I'm showing it because of the funny picture, Brad Garlinghouse. I think someone asked AI to generate a picture of Brad Garlinghouse if he walked out on stage the same way Tim Waltz does. And of course, I'm referring to, look at the similarities. All we need is Brad Garlinghouse putting this hand out, and it is almost identical. That Tim Waltz, man, I tell you what, he's a married man, but he doesn't give me married man vibes. It's something else. Surely it's a sign. By the way, not that there's anything wrong with that, Seinfeld quote. Surely it's a sign 589 XRP ledger nodes are on the latest update. Reminder to update 589 nodes. Then now, folks, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com, but first I'm going to show you 2 or 3 things. If your eyes are still wide shut, okay, I'm going to open your eyes in DAIXRP.com. If you still don't get it, I'm going to make sure you get it in DAIXRP.com, okay? Robert Kiyosaki says BlackRock is suppressing the Bitcoin price so whales can buy the Bitcoin under 100K. This is how the game's played, folks. This is what you're witnessing and going through right now. Meanwhile, the former finance minister says the ECB and the German central bank should consider including Bitcoin in their reserves. Game theory is playing out. Then we've got MicroStrategy buys another 2,138 Bitcoin, and they're even taking out debt to do so as needed, okay? And then you have this. Tether buys 7,629 Bitcoin worth $705 million for its reserves. Now owns 7.7 billion in Bitcoin. Folks, you are watching a plan unfold. This is not, crypto is not some rebellious libertarian movement. They created it because that's what they wanted it to look like, to herd us all in. If your eyes are still closed and you still don't get what crypto is, I'm going to complete the picture. I've always told you Ripple is no ordinary company and XRP is no ordinary digital asset, and I meant it, and I'll do more on that too. But make no mistake, Bitcoin was not created by some good guy libertarian in his bathrobe or a group of good guy libertarians. There was a plan. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. If you want to come see what I think is really going on here, I'm going to show it to you.